face, Horace?
I'm just having a little girl trouble.
Pressing charges? I get that a lot.
Holden McNeil was set in his ways. The way he worked. The way he lived. And the way he thought love should be. But then, she showed up.
Hey folks, it's Jim from the Movie Wine here to review Kevin Smith's Chasing Amy. Ben Affleck stars as the sensitive Holden McNeil, a New Jersey comic book writer who's roommates with his best friend and professional partner, the short-tempered artist Spanky Edwards, played by Jason Leigh. Their comic is getting picked up for a cartoon series, but Holden is artistically frustrated, wanting to veer away from male genitalia jokes and deliver something more personal. While promoting their comic Bluntman and the Chronic at a comic book convention, they meet fellow comic book artist Alyssa Jones, played by Joey Lauren Adams. Holden becomes smitten with her, but quickly finds out she's a lesbian. Regardless, the two form a friendship, to Holden's delight and to Banky's dismay. Unable to contain his feelings, he confesses his love for her, and while she's upset at first, the two begin a romantic relationship, while simultaneously hurting his friendship with Banky. However, when Holden finds something about Alyssa's sexual past, it puts a strain on their relationship, forcing Holden to question himself and his experiences or lack thereof in comparison to Alyssa. Coming off the disappointing Mallrats, Smith had something to prove. He had to show Clerks wasn't merely a fluke. As a result, Smith crafted his most mature and honest film inspired by Adams, who he was dating at the time, while writing the script. With a low budget of only $250,000, the film was a hit, but sadly it only had a brief run on the top 10 box office charts within the year it came out. Released in 1997, Smith was one of the few who had treated gender roles, sexuality, and sexual frustrations honestly without the clout of Hollywood over him. Even today, these subject matters would be strictly taboo, where our only voice would come from a straight character. We see through Holden's eyes most certainly, but Alyssa isn't some executive producer's interpretation of a lesbian. She provides insight for Holden with a discussion as to what the standard idea of sex is. In a way, the film feels like it's taking a commercial and obvious turn when Holden and Alyssa start a relationship, as if she was just waiting for the right man this entire time. But if you think that, you're just as naive as Holden. Affleck, who tended to get a bad rap later in his career for poor movie star choices, is quite good here, especially in his scenes with Adams, whose career never really took off. I never really cared for skateboarder-turned-actor Jason Leigh, but I think he's terrific as Banky, a role that won him Best Supporting Actor from the Independent Spirit Awards. Despite his ignorance and lack of formalities, Banky is funny, honest, and on some level madly jealous of Alyssa and possibly in love with Holden, but not in the traditional sense. That's what Smith does so well in this flick. He handles these complicated feelings maturely. Even if the second half turns for heavy drama, the film is thoroughly hilarious from not only its main players, but its supporting cast too. There's Dwight Well as the homosexual African-American Hooper, writer of the comic book series White Hayne Coon, who brings to light the more willingness to accept lesbians as opposed to a gay male in society. He's also perceptive in pointing out what he thinks is racism in the Star Wars franchise and one of the film's funniest scenes. And you can't have a Kevin Smith movie without the vulgar Jay and Silent Bob, who are to no surprise the inspiration for Bluntman and Chronic.
Chasing Amy. What? What did you say? You're chasing Amy. What do you look so shocked for, man? Fat bastard does this all the time. He thinks just because he don't say anything, it'll have some huge impact when he does open his fucking
Jesus
mouth?
Christ, why don't you shut up? Was yapping all the time? Give me a fucking headache.
Through Bob, Smith cleverly works in the film's title with a story of insecurity and regret that parallels Holden's dilemma. Towards the end of the flick, it starts to feel like it's going in circles within the conversation, but overall, Chasing Amy showcases the complexities of friendship, love, sexuality, compromise, and insecurity. That's it for the Movie Wine. Have a good day, folks. Until next time.